Hi Pisces, welcome to your general forecast for the month of August 2020, if you guys can believe it already. We're going to get right into it now, guys. We're going to be doing first general energies with Lenormand. I'm going to throw some runes, astro dice, and astro card, and then I'm going to go into relationship, and then I'm going to timestamp for career. All right, so look in the description box below if you don't want to stick around for the career. For the relationship section, after we do the general reading of the Lenormand and the runes. I'll try to put that in there for your convenience. I hope you guys are doing great today. Remember, you do want to check your rising sign, moon sign, and Venus sign. If you have the time to get the fullest messages. Energies can always be vice versa as well. You're going to know if the messages are yours this time around, Pisces. Cards aren't broken. I'm not doing it wrong. It just might not be your message, you know. When we check out all the great readers we have here on YouTube, and you see what resonates with you the most, okay? Alrighty, let's get into this. Messages for our Pisces friends. Sun, moon, rising, Venus. Sun, moon, rising, Venus. Okay. First we have home. Let me show you these. Those of you who are here for the first time, welcome, welcome. These are called Lenormand. They look like tarot, but they're not. It's a different system. So I acknowledge each one. Okay, we got the woman. Okay. So Lenormand does actually recognize gender, and it's however you identify. But this would be, if you identify as a female, this would be representative of you, okay, doing some reflecting back on your past, right? Because we have the home, and we have the house, and we have the tree. So this is pretty profound. The house is about security and roots, and the tree is about the health of your body, mind, and soul. It also speaks of your security, right? Well, when we get it with the house, it's security, this home with security, but also that comes with great family responsibility, and the potential for even some ill health through stress. But it can mean so much more than that. It also means like as above, so below. So it really, this is a very deeply introspective energy, Pisces. This could be you looking back on your life. For many of you, you're thinking back to, this could be you reflecting on the past, or this could be a female from the past, guys. So if you're a female and you're not thinking back onto your past necessarily like just in isolation, you might be thinking of a female member who passed away. If you are a male, this could be a woman from your past that you're thinking about, a past love, or a female figure in your life that, you know, that you had a sense of home and familiarity with, a family with, from your past. There is this deep reflection of the past I am getting here, but let's throw some runes and see some more information. So we're going to be throwing 3 runes, and we're going to do directional runes, okay? So meaning past, present, future, first, second, third is what I'm going to be doing. So I will be indicating each of the runes for each of the positions, okay? Okay, that was pretty clear. This is very in the future. Who's this? Okay, very good. We have cattle. So let's get these guys here. We have cattle. We have seagull, which is the sun. And then we have Odal, home, property, heritage, crazy. We got home with home. We got a home with home. Pisces, there's something going on with your home. So there's not something going on with your home. You're concerned about your home. You're thinking about your home. You're thinking about home, security, safety, roots, okay? Because Odal here, we have home, property, heritage. It also means that the possibility that you need to climb a certain mountain right now. So you need to make it through some sort of struggle having to do with your house, feeling secure, feeling rooted, feeling grounded. Where do you belong? So many of us can be feeling that way. Many of you Pisces will be feeling that way is what I'm feeling here. Yeah, and then we have, yeah, so right, so well, this is seagull, this is seagull, and then we have Odal, which is about the home and property, but we also have this idea of sun and victory and clear vision and honor and achievement here. and rest. This is all about rest too. You guys can see that. My silly nail is in the way. You guys can see that. Okay. See how it's about rest. So there's this idea of rest and power. And I love the sun here. I like the sun here. The only little caveat with this is you want to make sure you don't end up in a space where you're feeling self-centered. And Pisces is like, what do you mean? I'm never self-centered. Depends on what else is in your chart. You know what I mean? You don't know where Leo is or Leo's hanging out. Only because it's a lot of sun to have here. But that you have very definitive ideas of what you want to go on, a very clear vision of what it is that you want to go in with your physical home, where you want to go, what you want that physical and metaphorical home space to be. I see you getting a lot of vision. There's a lot of clarity coming to you. There really is. And, you know, when it comes to this female, now whether this is a female who has passed over, whether this is you as a female reflecting on your past, whether if you are a male and you're reflecting on this female from your past, this female represents wealth, fulfillment, power, material gain. Can also indicate greed though, guys. Now, you know, we have to call it what it is. Right? Theo is a cattle. So, but good. I mean, really good if it's controlled. And again, that's sort of why I was saying, even with the sun card, I always like to give that caveat when it comes out with the cattle card, with the cattle letter rather, because there is a potential for there to be some greed. Now, the way I'm also understanding it is emotionally, you're like laying down the law of what you want, what you will accept, what you will not accept anymore. And you may have always done that, but for some reason, you're feeling very viscerally this new cycle in your life having to do with your roots, your groundedness, and you just not want to play anymore. You really want to, even though you're a fish and, you know, you guys are the eldest water sign and all of that, and it's like the depths are endless is always what I say about Pisces. You want to feel grounded. You want to feel rooted. You want to feel that sense of security and safety already. We got you guys, the 12th house. All right, but you're still allowing yourself to dream. I like that we got Virgo here. Virgo's a good energy to get because Virgo is very practical and very pragmatic and very realistic, and it's a problem-solving energy. So I like this. And then we have Saturn, which is, you know, all about rules Capricorn. It's all about work. So for many of you, you just may be in a space where you're like, in a very practical way, you're working really hard to bring your dreams into fruition, and you're very focused on working to bring yourself this inner peace that you haven't felt in the way that you want to feel it. You know, things might be pretty good for you, but something's been missing and you're very ready to get in touch with it. Now, you want to just make sure though that on this path to doing this, that you don't cover up or cloak over any sort of pain or scars that you're feeling. Allow yourself to feel them as you are moving forward. Because if you just try to, you know, poo-poo like, relationships didn't work out, or that job didn't work out, or what are you going to do with that financial situation that didn't work out? You know, I can't cry over spilt milk, it is what it is. Or on the other end of the spectrum, you could be like, there's no way I'm going to be able to get out of this bind. There's just no way. You want to be very careful of staying grounded and in that Virgo energy as you're processing whatever it is that you're going through in your home. If that makes sense. Because it does to me. I'm almost getting a feeling where it's like, all right, well, relationship didn't work out. So now you almost like in a hurry want to put things in a certain way so that you don't have to feel the pain of something, so that you don't have to look at something, so that you don't have to remember the past of something. And I get it. I totally get it. But you want to be careful when you do that. Venus, yeah. You want to just make sure. It's all about feeling good, right? So good. work with the Venus energy here. This is a good idea because she's the beautiful trifecta. I don't care if it's for relationship or career. Venus is a money planet. It's also where our self-esteem hangs out, what we value and love, right? So keep that front and center. Keep that front and center, but at the same time, allow yourself to feel, because that is the trippy part. It's very easy to ignore things in a Venus energy. It's very easy to just get caught up in the excitement of something new and not really, but your past is going to be really calling to you, your roots, your, what you've been through. It's going to be a very as above, so below energy. And those of you who've been watching me, if you're familiar at all, like with my booking site for my readings, like I'm all about as above, so below. I have these trees. That's like my favorite thing forever. Because I do believe in that at what we're feeling inside shows in our external world. And if there's any sort of divisiveness between the two, karma's going to come around and help us to level that out. No question. No question. So let's do relationship first. Okay, let's pull for relationship first. And then we'll pull some oracles, see what we have. Okay. Ace of Wands in the reverse. Okay, Six of Coins in the reverse. Okay. So Ace of Wands in the reverse could indicate a false start in a relationship, Pisces, that you were very excited about and you guys got together. And then there could have been some sort of issues with money, with connection. Okay, could have been an issue having to do with some sort of imbalance within this connection as well. Because the devil energy is crowning it, which is all about imbalance. So it could be alcohol, drugs, sex, food, egotism, greed, any sort of lust, any, anxiety, depression, anything that can get to the point of becoming an imbalanced issue in the relationship is really the devil energy. It's anything that shackles somebody. Okay, Queen of Cups. So this is somebody that you loved. Okay, 10 of Coins. I like the 10 of Coins as the outcome. Yeah, so, yeah, false start is that Ace of Wands, somebody you were very passionate about. But it's crossed again by the Six of Coins is I got your back, you have mine, this idea of reciprocity. It could have to do with money, and actual money, but it can also have to do with mental, physical, and emotional connection. So not feeling equally connected, not feeling equally attracted, not feeling equally something that got in the way of this relationship and from being able to go to the next level. But coming into this energy, well, let me pull the rest of the cards. So right now you're the Page of Coins energy. External to you is the energy of faith, which is the Hierophant energy, which is the energy of marriage, to be honest with you. Nine of Coins, you're afraid that your wishes aren't going to come true, Pisces. And then we have the Ace of Swords. Nice. Some sort of new truth is coming. Okay, good. It ends well, okay? So you're just going to have to go through a little something. So the King of Swords energy, and King of Swords is a truth energy, right? I mean, this is somebody who comes in and is just like, it's Capricorn and Aquarius energy, and Capricorn's ruled by Saturn. So it's like, all right, things need to be different this time, right? And they have to be different because it's Capricorn and Aquarius. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, which is about the future. And Aquarius, the energy of Aquarius is about doing something different out of the box, right? So this can be, and it's a core card, so this could have been you saying this to someone, some saying this to you, or you just generally knowing this as the basic energetic vibe, that in order to move forward in a more successful way, work is going to have to be done in this relationship differently than it had been in the past if you were cycling back around, or differently than the way you have normally functioned up to this point in relationship. Pisces, this is you recognizing that you need to start doing things a little differently in order for you to not continue to get to, continuing to get the same outcome, right? As we always say, if you keep doing what you did, you're going to keep getting what you got, right? And this, you recognizing this. Now, the situation situation right now is this false start that I was just talking about, and something was not equitable. So whether it was a situation with money, communication, attraction, who was showing up how in the relationship, whatever it was. Now, we have crowning, again, the devil, and then we have in the foundation the Queen of Cups. So I mentioned that as the imbalance. In the foundation, we have the Queen of Cups. Now, this is a nice energy. This is a Gemini and Cancer. You might be dealing with somebody who has heavy Gemini or Cancer in their energy, but Gemini is about communication, right? And about learning to do something differently, right? Gemini's at third house communication. It's about learning. They're the student. And Cancer is about safety and home and roots. What are we talking about here? It's roots, right? So it's having communication about where are we going to live? How are we going to do this, right? But it's a beautiful energy where I feel like that's really the foundation of what was going on. But what imbalance was getting in the way that ended up inciting this false start? Now, this could have been a false start fresh out of the gate, or it could have been a revisiting to this relationship again after you guys having not been together for a while. But it had to have been long enough where you guys were sort of doing your own thing, you know, and where there was this able to have a clean slate, but maybe it became too difficult with that devil energy. You know, because we do have the 12th house, right? And you guys are the 12th house. You guys are the landlord of the 12th house. I'm not saying that this is you. This could have just been an energy that you were dealing with, or, you know how the general readings go. But the 12th house, you know, calling it what it is. Yes, this is where our dreams are born and our strongest level of intuition hangs out and all of that fabulous stuff. But it is also the house of self-undoing, because it's where addiction hangs out and self-sabotage. So this is something that might need to be looked at. But you're here as the Page of Coins. A page does indicate a new cycle. Coins is connection. Now, for some of you, you could just be saying the hell relationship for a minute. I really don't even want to deal. I want to just focus on money. I want to just focus on learning new information to make more money. I'm just going to focus on my house, my home, my roots, what I need for me. And I really don't even want to deal with anybody else. A lot of you are going to be saying that. Others of you, this can indicate a new energy coming in, a new connection. But I want to tell you that I'm getting it as you're not going to feel as passionately about this new connection as you are with this other person, is what I'm feeling. And then the external energy, is the face. So you might be meeting a Sagittarius, or this can just simply be the energy external to you is you're very focused on the idea of, and I'm going to say marriage, but it doesn't mean necessarily the institution if you're not into that, but that level, that kind of commitment. For some of you, it will quite literally be like, am I ever going to get married? Will I ever, or the idea of I really wanted to marry this person, or some sort of idea like this. But I feel like the devil got in the way. Wherever the imbalance is, wherever there is some sort of self-sabotaging behavior going on here. But I do see that this is not you. This is an external energy that's surrounding you, Pisces. So, it's kind of like you're in this space where you're feeling the energy sort of surrounding you, or can be quite literally that somebody wants to marry you, or it's just the energy that you're just vibing around you, that you want that level. For others of you, you're becoming increasingly aware of your belief system and how it is that you think you should be, and what relationship is supposed to be in your life. What is it all about anyway? Because it's with the Faith card, is with the Hierophant, right? It's the same energy. It does have us, it's our religion, it's our belief system, but it has us looking at it, and why we do what we do, and why we think the way we think. And now I'm not even talking about with judgment. And the reverse is more judgment there. But just trying to figure out what it all means, Now, in your fear position, this is the Nine of Coins. So the Nine of Coins is about having room to breathe, having to do with money, having to do with connection, just feeling like you got wiggle room to breathe, if that makes sense, right? Where it's like you've been in a space of restriction, and you want to be in a relationship where you can have a certain sense of autonomy, but at the same time feel like your partner is 100% there with you. And that's not the easiest balance to figure out, right? So for some of you, you may be in this space of fearing giving somebody space, fearing allowing that, but at the same time desiring it inside of yourself. For others of you, you may be very worried about finances when it comes to this relationship. And you may be in a space of like, I want to make sure that I have enough money to have the responsibilities that I need to carry out within this relationship and contribute what I'm supposed to contribute, without feeling like I'm constantly underwater, where I feel like I have room to breathe. I want to be able to be in this relationship and have responsibilities in any relationship, but I also want to have money to breathe. And a lot of people I'm dealing with these days are actually feeling that. It's very interesting. It really is, like more than ever, that this direct connection has to be made between a relationship and finances, which is just so like not a Pisces thing, because right, because Pisces are just like, I can do without, you guys really are very sacrificing and figuring things out, and it's just about the feeling, right, of it for you. But I feel like it depends what else is in your chart, but in a very practical level, there is this idea, if it doesn't have to do with resources, it has to do with connection. And it's a fear, though. So it's the fear of feeling that space. So you're going to know. I mean, do you struggle with some codependency? Have you been dealing with an energy who struggles with codependency? How do you navigate that, and can it be mitigated? Because that's in the fear. We have the Ace of Swords as the final outcome here. So the Ace is always a brand new beginning. This is information coming in. This is a piece of information coming in that's going to be a game changer here. Because the Ace is brand spanking new, and the Sword is truth, it's communication, it's also reality. So this can be a serious, reality check that comes to you out of nowhere. This could be the kind of thing that shakes you up in the middle of the night, where you're like, wait a minute, all right, now I know what I have to do. Or this could be somebody coming in from the outside, reaching out to you, some sort of information. But whatever it is, the near future is you're in the Ten of Coins energy. So this could be you just completely focusing on your money and not at all on any relationship at all right now, Pisces. I think a lot of you are going to be in that space, but this can also indicate a deepening of commitment, a deepening of communication, and the Ten of Coins is also a marriage card. It is. It's one so to have this sitting next to the card of faith, which would be the Hierophant energy, and we have home, root, security, we have Venus. We have Saturn here, right? Rules Capricorn. It's about understanding the work that needs to be done. And with the Saturn energy, I feel like there's something old that's coming back, or something that's been around. There's something seasoned involved in this dynamic, in this reading. Pisces, the devil needs to be looked at. I feel like I've been getting the devil a lot for you guys, which is interesting. I mean, it's a Capricorn energy. But it is the indicator of addiction, and that really would be where you guys hang out. Don't beat yourself up if it's an addiction doesn't have to be to alcohol or drugs or anything like that. Maybe you are addicted to work, you're addicted to making money, you're addicted to fears, you're addicted to anxiety. It's so interesting how the human condition works. It's just so important that you never stand in judgment of yourself. Don't stand in judgment. It's so counterproductive. There's no benefit to be gained by that. It should simply be enough to acknowledge that you have a certain struggle in a particular area. Shine a really bright ass light on it and figure out what you need to do to rectify it. Or recognize that in somebody that you're dealing with, because you can't really do anything with it. If it's somebody else's stuff, you can't fix it. That's got to be their thing to fix, right? All right, so let's go into Well, you know what? Let's pull some oracle, okay? On that. And then we'll go into career. Okay, one just popped out. A message for you. I'm thinking of you at this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. If you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind, for the heart is the gateway to the soul. While these are all lovely, I don't see them being very helpful to you right now. So let's pull some Island Time Wellness. Yeah, sometimes it goes like that, you know, with the oracles. Sometimes it's so general. That's why I made my own little cheesy homemade deck. But let's pull the Island Time Wellness. I actually like this deck too. I think a lot of you guys do as well. That's a good comment. Love call. Someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. Ascending, transcending obstacles, learning, expansion, new phase, preparing for union, Pisces. Seduction, attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, third-party interference. So, you know, this could very well be the kind of situation where maybe you guys aren't together for a minute and then somebody else sneaks in the back door. I don't know. But that could certainly be it. You hold up that mirror to show me the ugly aspects of myself, hoping to change me, but it only makes me resent you. You hold up that mirror to show me the ugly aspects of myself, hoping to change me, but it only makes me resent you. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like the Six of Pentacles energy. Oh, and then we have a blank one that just popped. That is where you need to look at the hole in your soul, Pisces. That's, you have to look at where you have to deal with Chiron. Those of you who watched the video that I did, Chiron being retrograde right now, started last week, is going through December, 157 days of healing. Healing that hole in your soul that needs to be healed in order for you to be the healthiest version of yourself in relationship. We are not mind readers. Let's tell each other what we need. Oh, yeah. I mean, I feel like there's stuff here, Pisces. There's stuff that needs to be communicated that's not. It's like you can't, like you guys got together. You said you wanted to give it another go. We're going to be honest. We're going to be truthful. We're going to be this, that, that. And then when it got down to it, though, it just became too challenging to actually show up in that way. I don't even feel like it's anybody's fault. It just, then there was that false start. But I just don't feel like it's done. All right. Seven of Cups, confusion. There's some confusion, but it's choices. So it's choices and confusion, right? Because it's Venus and Scorpio. So you feel the changes happening in this situation, and you're just not sure. And you know that you don't want to put the rose-colored glasses on anything, right? King of Cups. Okay, I mean, you know, things are going to be different. Aquarius and Pisces. Okay, let's pull them, and then let's see what's going on. Eight of Swords. Pisces, not feeling like you belong. Not feeling like you belong. A Tower. Yeah. Pisces, I feel like you gave it a really good college try in something. You really still want to be with a particular individual. You really do. There's something about this relationship that's making you feel like you don't belong in it. Like not, because the Eight of Swords is like, it's the kind of energy where you feel like somebody feels differently than how they've been presenting themselves. It's like the vibe of somebody talking about you behind your back, a meeting happening without you being present kind of thing, you know. Something that you at one time felt like you belonged in, you're just not feeling like you belong in it. So there's something like off with your connection, right? Going back to that Six of Coins energy and being in reverse as the crossing of the reason why that the relationship got the false start, something about it is different, and it's like you just don't feel like, you feel like your shoes are on the wrong feet. Your shoes are on the wrong feet, but you're not really sure why. You're just really not sure why. Now, the Seven of Cups is not a bad energy, right? It's in Five of the Cups. You don't know what's in Two. You're feeling very confused, but there is this offering, this King of Cups offering, like things are going to be different, right? But I feel like, you may have been dealing with an energy who was telling you things that they did not appreciate about you, or things that they identified about you in their mind. They were trying to help you, but you were just accepting it as criticism, or you were doing that to them. But whatever it was creating resentment here. And also there were things that maybe they weren't being handled in the best way. But to end with the Tower means the coming down of something, because we're not meant to be on this path. This is a Mars energy, and this is connected to the Chariot energy, which is connected to the Cancer energy as well. Not to get too complicated with my blending of astrology and numerology and everything, but the Tower is something coming to light that it can no longer exist, and this is very destiny driven. It's not meant to be on your path anymore. It's the flags have been shown to you over time, but you have not wanted to pay attention, and that's when the Tower happens. It's when we ignore the red flags, where it comes in pretty abruptly and it's just like, all right, you know what, that can't work. That's not good for you. You need to come on this path. Come on, honey, let's go. This path, this way. And a lot of times, Pisces, it really has to do with, because this is a very internal reading, I'm feeling like, you might be in a space where you just really, what needs to be taken down is how you've been approaching relationship and how you function in relationship. You know what I mean? Like straight up, just like, how have I been showing up in relationship? What kind of energies have I been bringing to myself? How kind of people I've been allowing myself to get involved with? And it could just simply be that. Do you understand what I mean by that? Because this can be for some of you. Because we have this love coming in and transcending obstacles, we have some confusion, but it's not bad confusion. It's just not knowing what's on the other side. But then we have this offering of love. Now, you're going to know which interpretation is yours. For some of you, you're like, hell no, I don't want to go back there anymore. I'm done. So this King of Cups is a new offering. It's a new offering. But you're going to feel kind of weird when you're first in it, because your energy is still with somebody else. You follow? But you're needing to end something. So whether it's that relationship, whether it's that way of looking at how relationship is supposed to be, there's something that needs to be ended. Maybe you want to pull down the damn devil energy once and for all. Or they want to pull down the damn devil energy once and for all. Right? Because that would be a good thing. Because, not all things are created equal, obviously, right? If we're going to pull down an unhealthy way of being in order to incite a new perspective and a new way of carrying on our life, that's ultimately a very good thing. You have a hole in your soul in the middle of all of this. So you got to figure this out. And I always connect this to Chiron, because Chiron is the wounded healer. Chiron does represent the hole in our soul. Do you know where your Chiron placement is? That might be quite helpful. If you don't, Google a free birth chart calculator. You just have to know what time you were born. But if you don't know that, it just simply, and it's like that spot in you that feels like cringy, and it hurts. It always hurts you. Where is that pain? It needs to be looked at. Needs to be looked at. Where's the pain in this relationship? Because this has the ability to be rebuilt. I'm not even scared by that seduction card. I'm really not, because I feel like this is an energy that sort of happened in between everything. It's like, because everything else is just that. But I feel like there's got to be, you have to be looking at, how do you feel being involved in this? Do you feel like you belong? Or are they just, presenting you with circumstances that there's just no way that you can possibly, exist in it comfortably anymore? There are certain things that are game changers, right? Obviously. Okay, so let's get into career. Okay, still resonating with career here as far as these Lenormand go. Has a lot to do with home, property, heritage, wealth, fulfillment, power, victory, clear vision, achievement, roots. Yes. As above, so below. Loving what you do. If you don't, you have to look at that. You have to look at it. And you are. You're looking at the way things have been in your past, right? You just are. King of Pentacles. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, Pisces. Situation right now, it's fair as fair. Justice. Very focused on that. Yeah. 10 of Pentacles is the crowning. 7 of Wands as the foundation. Okay. You may be in a space where you feel like, oh, you're coming from the sun. You may be in a space where you feel like you're actually defending a group of people, not only yourself. But you're feeling this need to have to defend your position, defend the way you think, defend the way you process, you know, how things are supposed to be. Oh my gosh, we got the world. We got the sun. We got the sun in the world. And hello, you're fine. Then we have the 5 of Pentacles. You're gonna feel like somebody's trying to screw you over. All right, that's in the near future, but let's see about that. Coming into this, I mean, you were fine in your career. I mean, at least you were feeling like you may not have had everything that you want, but the sun, what does the sun always bring? I always say the sun is such a positive energy because it cultivates the land for us to grow whatever we want to grow. So you had what you needed in order to grow. You had to go out and plant and water and cultivate and nurture. You had to put the work in, but you were in a space of having that, of having what you needed in order to build your life, you know, in the way that you wanted to. And then right now we have the King of Pentacles, which is crossed by the Justice card. All right, now I want to keep this about career, okay? Because I do feel for some of you, having to do with your career and having to do with home, some of you may have some investment properties, and some of this may have been interwound in your relationship. Okay, where choices were going to be made in one direction versus another because of relationship. If the relationship didn't work, you were going to do this plan. If it did, you know, having to do with that. Let's just keep it about career though, okay? So the Justice energy is the 7th house energy of Libra, which does represent people we have a shared soul purpose with. It's not only our marital partners, it's also our business partnerships, our employees, our employers, people we rent to, anything where we have to rent from, okay, anything like that. What's fair, right? And right now, that's like your deal. You're very focused on what's fair when it comes to money. Because the King of Pentacles is a very fair energy. It's Aries and Taurus. This is it's a very fire energy. It's ruled by Mars, so it's being very assertive, not aggressive, about money, about finances, about the practical aspects. Because Taurus is an Earth energy. It's very grounded. What's fair, what's not fair, and having that conversation, having to do with, you know, the exchange of money, the exchange of responsibilities, whatever that would be exchanging. Now, crowning energy is the 10 of Pentacles, so this is fabulous. I mean, this is just about being really abundant. For some of you, this can mean inheritance. For some of you, this could mean some sort of payout, insurance payout. This is money coming in, though. This is money coming in. Really nice. I mean, this is a very benefic energy for whatever it is that you're going after right now. We have the 7 of Wands. So the 7 of Wands is about you feeling the need to defend yourself. You're not going to always have the need to defend yourself right now. This is minor arcana. I feel like it's just something that you're needing to deal with for a minute. It's Mars and Leo. It's you drawing the line in the sand of what you're willing to do and not willing to do. And you might be doing this for yourself, Pisces, but you could also be doing this for a group of people. Like, I'll give you a very basic example. Let's say you're working at a place and they're like, all right, all thumbs up for us to all come back to work, and this, you know, we're going to follow this strategy as far as reopening or doing A, B, and C a particular way. And you're being like, hell no, because that's in every way unsafe and I'm not doing that. Or you feeling really frustrated that not everybody is on the same page. right? So it could have a lot to do with the rollout of COVID and your perspective perhaps not aligning with the people who you're working with. But whatever it is, it's you feeling like, does your voice really matter to the volume that you feel like it should be heard? Is it being heard to the volume that you feel it should be heard, if that makes sense? We have the Eight of Cups energy. Listen, Pisces, a lot of you guys might be just moving on, making different decisions having to do with your career without even feeling a shred of guilt, some sadness, but no regret. You don't want to just up and quit, though. That's going to create negative karma with this card. All right. So in this energy, just make sure you communicate, but understand that you have identified something as being really toxic and not good for you, and you're ready to move forward. You're very focused on being abundant. You really are. And you're not focused on the desire at all to defend yourself. You just don't want to do that. Now, the energy external to you is the Four of Swords. This is an interesting external energy that I get in this position. It's unusual I get this here. This is a Jupiter and Libra energy. This is realizing that you've been through a lot, and this is a pause external to you. So you may not be able to move forward on certain ideas that you have. You may not be finding new work. If you're out there looking for new work, you may not be able to make a move or a change in your in as far as any sort of investment, opening up a business, anything like that right now. This is about pressing the pause button, okay, and realizing that a lot's been going on. There's a lot of stuff that's going on, but there's this element of pause, the idea that a lot's going on, and this is all external to you. And there needs to be a lot of consideration before anything can move forward. So, and this is external to you. That's why I think this is such an interesting external energy to get for a career read. So I feel like, if you're working for a large corporation or a large, industry or something like that, where everybody's saying, okay, we need to continue to press the pause button while we figure things out, figure where we're coming from, where we're going to. That's just like that Four of Swords energy, right? Fear position is the King of Wands, Cancer and Leo. Yeah, I mean, you're just afraid of I was going to say safety, but it's safety, right? Because Cancer is about, it's that metaphorical home space, right? Or quite literally that home space. Then we have home here, we have roots here, yeah. And this is your fear, right? But it's also, the Leo aspect is about, you're fearing moving forward in something because you're fearing for your safety. So for a lot of you, you're very afraid of going back to work because you don't want to get sick. A lot of you are very afraid to go back to work because you're afraid that you're only going to get closed down again. A lot of you are afraid for your home because you're not making the money that you were making, and you're scared, am I going to be able to continue to move forward? A lot of you are afraid to make a new decision, a new path for yourself because you're wondering, am I actually going to love what I'm doing? Am I going to be happy doing that? Am I going to feel motivated and all of that? But the outcome is the world. Oh, Pisces, you've worked so hard. And this is where the gifts come. This is a really beautiful energy. The gifts are coming for you. Now, the only thing is you want to make sure, or you have to figure out, where does this Five of Pentacles energy fit in? Because the Five of Pentacles is feeling the sense of lack. Now, you may be more emotionally supported than you think you are, but you're going to be feeling this definitive sense of lack. So you want to make sure that you're going to feel like things were not handled in a very fair way on some level for you, that somebody was being very unfair with money, somebody was not hearing you, you weren't able to see eye to eye with somebody. This is in the near future. But the thing is, having the world as the outcome, and then having the Five of Pentacles, you want to be careful of not being greedy, Pisces. I just have to say it like that, because it's like you're being given everything that you need. It just might not be absolutely everything that you want. And that's the thing, because there might be a lot more, because the Five of Pentacles energy is this feeling of, feeling like the communication is off, the money is not what it's supposed to be, you feeling this sense of lack. So for some of you, it could be, let's say, you get into that job that you really want, or you go back to work, right? Except maybe you have to take a cut and pay. Or you get into that job and maybe you're not making the money that you want. Or you sign that contract with that deal, but maybe you're feeling like you're not getting what you want. But I am feeling that there's change here for you. There's certainly change, and there's fear. And the world is coming here for you. So you're going to have whatever you need, but still you're going to feel this sense of lack. So you do want to watch out for that greed. You do want to watch out. Because going back to the runes, right? When we have Feo and Segal, you want to make sure, well, particularly Segal, but particularly the Sun, the victory card, you want to make sure that you don't have any sort of self-centered sort of agendas going on, particularly because we're coming from the Sun energy, you know. So be careful of that is all I'm saying. I'm not saying that you're going to just be careful of that, because this to me really does all look very good. It really does, you know, it really does. It's good. You know, but this Mercury and Taurus here with the Five of Pentacles, I just feel like some sort of information is going to be coming in about money having to do with a situation that you're involved in, and you're not going to be happy with the financial outcome of it. But you're going to have everything that you need. It's all going to work out well, and it's a minor arcana. So don't allow that to trip you up, basically, is a long way of saying what I want to say. Right. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.